All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our broadcast, Support and eLearning with Productivity Now. Today, you'll hear from our Productivity Now Solutions Manager, Todd Stewart, and our guest speaker, Murray Clack, who is the CAD Systems Coordinator at CBCL Limited. We're also going to show you a brief demonstration of the Productivity Now platform, and we'll discuss the ways in which it can help your team succeed. And then finally, we'll open up the floor for a little Q&A. I'd like to begin by introducing Todd Stewart, our Productivity Now Solutions Manager. Todd has been with IMAGINiT for over 20 years and has been an AutoCAD user for over 30. Todd spent the first 18 years of his career here working as a support manager and then joined the Productivity Now team about 3 years ago. We also have Murray Clack joining us today from CBCL Limited, a multidisciplinary engineering consulting firm in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Murray has been using Autodesk products for 30 years, primarily with municipal drafting and design. He's been with CBCL Limited for 20 years and has been their CAD systems coordinator for the last 8. You can also find some of his expertise shared in the article he's written for AUGI World Magazine. CBCL subscribed their team to Productivity Now back in November 2019 and saw a return on their investment in just 7 weeks. So we are very excited to have Murray join us today and share his experience with the platform and discuss how Productivity Now has benefited his team in different ways. Now I'm going to pass it over to Todd and we'll go ahead and get started.
Thank you very much. This is Todd. First, I'm going to start off with who is IMAGINiT Technologies. Autodesk Platinum Bar. We are the largest Autodesk service provider and partner. Also, we have a large staff of technical experts in the industry, 135 plus, with 16 of them being dedicated to technical support only. We cover data management, facility management, simulation, software development. We have many different teams to help you. Also, we partner with Ascent, an Autodesk authorized publisher that is part of the RAND Worldwide team. One of the other things we want to talk about is what is Productivity Now, the platform itself. It is a learning management system that accelerates your learning and development, centralizes your knowledge and information so you can share that information easily, and it increases your productivity. That's really, the basis of what we develop Productivity Now around. What do we mean by accelerate learning and development? Onboarding new staff, technical training for your existing staff. We have the ability to target specific skill gaps. That way you're doing very high efficiency training. And when you need to adopt new technology for your business needs, Productivity Now really does that well. Knowledge capture and sharing. It's really about sharing your best practices, customizing our content and your own so that you can develop standards and procedures using workflows and having your back with our technical support, the dedicated team I spoke about. This team, Technical Support Center, it is 8 to 8 Eastern. They're available telephone, email, live chat, remote desktop sharing, the case logging system and tracking. You can report as well. We have a 4 business hour response time backed by our large solution team of consultants. We are also authorized to work with Autodesk and their technical staff. What does this mean to you? It means increased productivity, sharing your best practices, consistent modeling, getting help with our technical team when you're stuck. Quality and consistency is very, very important, and empowering your staff to be able to do what they need when they need it in the work they're doing. So that's basically high level of what is Productivity Now. Next, we're going to have one of our customers that has implemented Productivity Now talk about it. Murray Clack is from CBCL, and he is going to now, really talk about his experience and give a little bit of information about the value and return on investment they've seen. Murray?
Hi, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me. And I will share my webcam one quick second. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here today. And I want to thank IMAGINiT for inviting me here today to talk about our experience using the ProductivityNOW subscription. As you heard in my introduction, I work for a consulting firm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and we've been using the PNOW system since November of 2019. And I can honestly say that it's been an overwhelming success. We were very surprised about how well we adopted this system and how well it's worked for us. In my short discussion, I'm going to talk about the features that we use so far in PNOW and what effect that's had on our company. But first, instead of saving this to the end, I want to talk about our return on investment, because this was really the most surprising thing that we discovered after subscribing to the service. Now, some background information is that we have 85 full-time CAD operators within our company. And when so many of our CAD operators became interested in using the PNOW service from the get-go, we were pleasantly surprised that we saw a return of investment in just 7 weeks. And in our first year of using the system, we've tracked 425 completed courses. And to give you some background or to give you some perspective on that, we subscribe to the Autodesk AEC collection. And as you know, that contains a lot of high-end software like Civil 3D, Revit, InfoWorks, and so on. And as you know, software like that has some steep learning curves. Now, with the way the PNOW is structured, it minimized that learning curve exponentially, and our users became more comfortable in their skills a lot sooner. Now, having said all that, I want to talk about the features that PNOW has to offer and how those features helped us have a great success with it. The first thing that we did getting set up with after getting set up with the PNOW service was we took advantage of the Knowledge Smart Assessment feature. I can't stress enough how important that feature is. It's really what got the ball rolling for my company in accepting training. With over 80 CAD operators, it's always a challenge trying to decide who gets the necessary training and how much. From using the Knowledge Smart Assessment at the very beginning, it determined the current skill level of every CAD operator. And then once they completed the knowledge assessment, the system automatically assigned just the courses they need to take, assigned it to their personal portal, and which cut way back on the training that they needed. And in effect, it saved us a lot of money from having to send people out on training who didn't really need it, you know. Regarding the training materials offered by PNOW, you can't go wrong. As we mentioned, my company is in Atlantic, Canada, and even though we have traditional training vendors available in our region, the issue sometimes is not all the vendors have all the necessary training materials that we need. In the past, we were forced to cherry pick certain people to send out on training. Sometimes we have to send them out of the province, sometimes we have to send them out of the country, and of course that's a great expense. With the PNOW service, we love the fact that training materials are available for every piece of software that we use across all the versions that are available. And once people are signed up into their portal, they can just jump right in and start using it. A nice side effect with that instant availability of all the training materials is that it leveled the playing field for everyone who needs training. Having to cherry pick certain people to go on training has been completely eliminated. So everybody now has equal opportunity to get the training they need or want. With regard to the training methods, there are several ways in the PNOW system how you can learn at your own pace. This became the biggest selling feature that got my CAD operators really excited about taking training. With 85 full-time CAD operators company-wide, it's safe to say that everyone has a preferred method of learning at their own pace. People who were once hesitant in going to classroom settings for whatever personal reasons they have are now embracing the training on their own terms. Now, as you see in Todd's presentation, the training methods will range from using some simple, quick reference tools all the way up to fully detailed courses. There's literally something for everyone in their preferred method of training. Now, I want to put the structured training aside for a second, and I'd like to talk about another feature, was that they use the PNow service as a search engine. When a CAD operator here is working on a project and doesn't have enough time to sit through an entire course, the PNow search engine is excellent in helping users learn certain functions in their CAD software on a moment's notice. This has saved our CAD operators a lot of time from having to sift through Google and YouTube and message board links, and it just helps them get up to speed a lot quicker. And because the search results in the PNow system use the training materials that they offer, it's a lot easier to filter exactly what they need and how to use it. Even after a year of using the service, my CAD operators are still going flat out on doing personal training. We really haven't had a chance to take advantage of all the features because my guys are very excited of taking a lot of new knowledge. But once the personal training is leveled off, we're going to be taking advantage of one of PNow's other features. Specifically, we want to take advantage of the workgroups feature, where you can assign focused training to a selection of CAD operators. For example, we can create a work group for our Civil 3D users on how to use the new Project Explorer, and which was introduced in Civil 3D 2020. You can also create work groups for CAD users on just how to use the new features in the latest version of their particular CAD product they use. Another feature we're looking forward to using is creating customized content. My company is currently going through a quality assurance policy overhaul, and with that came with an overhaul of our company-wide CAD standards and practices. Once we're done creating all these new documents, we're going to be adding them to the PNow system with easy searchable tags. So any new policies our CAD operators want to know about, they're going to be able to go to the PNow system, do a search, and the content will be there. The customized content is also good if you have to follow the CAD standards of some of your clients or even some of your sub-consultants. So you can take their content, add it to the PNow system how you like, and make it searchable. The last feature I want to talk about is the technical support that comes with the subscription. Our CAD operators have come to enjoy their technical support. Like with any software, there's going to be technical issues and training materials or help menus don't have the answers for. Message boards and Google are okay, but sometimes it's a challenge for the CAD operators to know exactly how to search for something. With the PNow's tech support service, you can describe in detail what your technical issue is, and the folks at PNow will understand because they're CAD users too. Our operators have been taking advantage of their email, the live chat, and the toll-free number options, and the support has been very exceptional, and especially replying quickly and sticking with the problem until it's solved. So we've been very impressed with the technical support. So I'm going to close this up now, and what I want to tell you is what I've noticed myself as a CAD manager since having the PNow subscription. Not surprisingly, I no longer get phone calls from CAD users or their managers asking me to investigate personal training options and then trying to justify the expense that goes with it. And I anticipated that a number of calls on how to use certain CAD functions would be reduced, but I was especially surprised to notice how many calls about AutoCAD being broken have been greatly reduced. I think this I think I like to think with that, the amount of training has taken place to date. The detailed training materials gave my users a better understanding of how the software works and how to better understand how to solve a problem. So I hope this has been helpful, and I'd like to pass this back on to Todd. So again, thanks for letting me have a chance to speak with you guys today.
Thank you very much, Murray. We appreciate you. So the next thing we want to do is I want to kind of show, the system itself at a very high level. There's a couple different aspects of it where you have a web portal based on the Azure cloud. So you're able to access this anywhere, anytime, 24/7, whether it be from your computer, a phone, or a tablet. It does not matter. It is web formatted. So that works on mobile and computers. As Murray mentioned, there's a lot of great features. The number one at the top, searchability, finding what you need when you need it. It is a searchable online database. So you're finding videos, documents, workflows, all kinds of great information when you need it. Very quickly get back to work. So the next thing that's very helpful is, as he mentioned, you have a large library of Autodesk products. There is a ton of different products inside the collections. We have training for that. So even if you do not use it today, it may be something you are going to adopt in your business workflow. You have now the training at your fingertips. Other than, the work groups are great. They're like shared folders, as Murray mentioned. It's a lot of great places to gather information and assets for, a company or my department or a project, maybe your standards or even outside consultants. Everything in here is backed by our technical support staff, as he mentioned. You have it at your fingertips. Also, in the learning itself, if you're looking at it, we have multiple learning types. You have the book, the Ascent courseware, the same manual that you would have on a desk if you walk into an Autodesk authorized training center is sitting right at your fingertips, embedded with Eagle Point video series. So now you have a second learning style. From there, we have practice exercises. So you put your hands on it. So I just described a third learning style. So you have comprehensive, visual audio, and kinetic, hands-on. At the end of our courses, we have review questions, bite-sized information. We want to verify you obtained or absorbed that information is really what we're looking for. We also have accredited courses. You can actually submit these for CEU or PDHs. The last thing I want to go over is the learning. We have live learning. So now we have a blended learning platform where you can go in and learn what you need when you need it. And you can go watch a live instructor. You can register and watch that live instructor teach beyond the book, applying what you learned or how people in the industry learn or use this feature. From there, if it is one that you are not available to watch, you can actually go into our system and we have them all recorded and you can watch at any time. Go back and reference maybe something that you did not remember 6 months ago. So the system has a lot of different functionality and abilities. It has an in-app ability to actually be able to give you suggested learning when you're working in the product. Also, as far as administration, it's very easy to bring your users in. We have an administrative tool, manage your content, your standards and your videos or documents, or rearrange the learning the way you want it. You can assign learning or the test, the Knowledge Smart Assessment test. You can assign them and set due dates. You can run reports on the learning itself, or on what people are searching and looking at in the portal. So maybe you can create your own live event and put it into the system. So it has a lot of power when you're talking about the business needs of your company. Going back to the presentation, what we want to talk about now is we have the ability to have customer success. We want to ensure your success. How do we do that? We set goals. We create a custom plan. We generate awareness to your users. It is a culture change. It is change in behavior, and we understand that. We review that behavior and track the progress and adjust as we need to, adapt. What does this do? It drives increasing value to the platform of your company and return on investment. We do have optional content as well. We go beyond your designers. We could talk about all employees with Microsoft Office or Adobe or SketchUp, health and safety and business and management skills for your individual, HR departments maybe. Creo, CATIA, Bentley, we have other design software, McNeil. These are also available. Again, I can't say return on investment. You heard from Murray, 7 weeks was really astonishing to us. It was great to hear. If you can get your people to change behavior and use ProductivityNOW and empower them, that is how you get your return, and we are going to stand behind you and help you do that. What are the next steps? Contact us. Let's talk about it. Let's look at pricing. Schedule a one-on-one personal demonstration of it. Visit our support website, or, like I said, give us a call. We're happy to talk and see how we can partner and help you with your ongoing professional development of your staff.